16th. Any of y'all were watching any videos recently, saw some stuff from a trip I just took up to South Dakota where my boys live. We were doing some four-wheeling, kid was doing some racing, and we took my dad's boat out that my son is taking very good care of. It used to be my dad's. I'm not sure if my camera's doing its thing here or not. Some of that window washing fluid off of our window so I can see my mirror. That was a great vacation. I had a fabulous time. Couldn't ask for anything better. I'm really glad I went up this time of year instead of the 4th of July when everything's, you know, pretty much the heat of the summer has made the grass go dormant and the trees are looking limp, and sometimes it's like a drought going on. It was so much prettier. Apple trees blooming on the farm, and some that my grandma and grandpa planted years ago, and they're just looking fabulous. It was so exciting to see my kid race. I know those videos didn't look like much to anybody else, but when your mechanic son is in his first race and you drive 1,200 miles to see it, it's exciting. Took third place in the feature in the very entry-level class, but he started in the back on purpose so he could go for what they call the hard charger award. So he called it. He said he's going for it. He started in the back on purpose, and he got it. So between getting third place in the feature and the hard charger award, he took home more money than the guy who took first place. He was also running an automatic when everybody else is running a manual, so they were quicker than he was. Although if he ever starts on the pole, and I guess there's a chance of that, he can, he's got a strategy to give his automatic an advantage over those manuals off the line. And if that works, he could stay in the lead the whole race. He opens it up right away, but, you know, we'll see. Anyway, you can tell, proud papa. Like most folks won't think those boat videos mean much, but I hauled so many redfish in that boat. It's up in South Dakota now. It was in Louisiana when I was growing up, and it made a lot of people really happy to see that boat back in the water. Sorry about that. I wasn't the only one that was happy to see that boat back in the water. hard trying to find a motor for that thing to get it back to original. I'd show some pictures on the video here, but I don't know how to edit that stuff in. I hope this is coming out alright. For some reason it looks blurry to me on the camera on my phone. But if you also saw how flat and wide open those areas were on those videos, and you compare that to what we're looking at now, then you'll know why I like driving in this area. Instead of being able to see forever and verify that there's nothing for as far as you can see. Here you don't know what's around the next corner, and the roads go up and down and turn for no reason, and you don't know. Everything in South Dakota is pretty much laid out on a grid, north, south, east, west. Every mile is a gravel road, and you're in the sky. It looks like a checkerboard. Knowing that the roads go north, south, east, west, and being able to see where the sun is if you get lost in South Dakota, you got some serious problems going on besides being lost. Smokehouse Barbecue in Kansas City. Spent the night there last night. No, night before last. And on the north end of Kansas City, I forget the name of the town, there's a shopping area called Zona Rosa, and they have some nice restaurants there. This thing, it was like the same class as like an Outback. Had a nice stained glass roof in it and stuff. There was a chain. And, golly. All the flavor was in the sauce. I had barbecue sausage and brisket. And the meat was really tender. There was no smoke on it. All the flavor was in the sauce, and I'm not used to that. I'm spoiled with barbecue down here, man, because people hit them hard with hickory, and man, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, you see a smokehouse barbecue, find something else. sleeping on her passenger seat. I got a big piece of carpet, like what you put in front of a kitchen sink. It goes over the top of the seat, gives her even more area. She's all kinds of comfy on that. I think she's glad to be back. Medium-sized dog, about 60 pounds, all brindle. Shoulders about knee level on me. But, she's just a great truck dog. Cutouts. South Dakota has made me appreciate cutouts again. I love them. South Dakota, the roads are so flat. You're going down the interstate and you've got an exit ramp. 90% of the time, the exit ramp is uphill. Exit ramp is uphill. And it's a bridge going over the interstate for the road that's you're getting off to take a left or a right on. Well, to make that bridge, they got to haul all the material in and make man-made hills on each side of the interstate so that they have something to put the bridge on. In other words, they have to lift up the land on each side, pile up dirt forever to make hills like these. Here, they dug this out where the interstate is and put a bridge in. In South Dakota, they got to build up from ground level here with what we're driving on and build it up to where that bridge is at, and that's why all the on-ramps go uphill. So it's a man-made hill. Most of them are man-made. See, like this road here lands naturally that high on each side of us. That doesn't happen. Good Barbecue. Buc-ee's is out in Texas. And I stopped at, not a Buc-ee's, but a barbecue joint last time I went to Dallas, and I was on my way out of town. And man, am I glad I did. That was some good stuff. But Buc-ee's has got some great brisket. There's been a couple few state troopers like that have been heading towards Nashville and speeding and not pulling anybody over. I don't know what the hell's going on. Driving this road a week ago around 2 a.m. Well, it was about 2 a.m. when I hit Nashville, and a little ways before Crossville, between Knoxville and Crossville, this is when I was going to South Dakota. It was just pouring rain. It would let up, of course, and get normal again. In some areas, it was just pouring and lightning, and even all the semis, even at 1 in the morning, were driving with their flashers on and stuff. And by Nashville, it got really bad. Lots of lightning. I was driving back yesterday, and the local radio station said that night on the 8th and the 9th, morning of the 9th, they had 10 tornadoes in that area. And I was driving through that. In my SUV going to South Dakota, not a semi. I thought it was a lot of rain and a lot of lightning, and it wasn't like driving in a blizzard. It wasn't great, but I kind of thought people were overreacting with their flashers. You know what I mean? If you're a hazard, if you're putting your hazard lights on because you're saying, I'm a hazard, I'm afraid you're going to hit me if you don't see me, you need to get off the road. You're putting your hazard lights on and saying, I'm a hazard to others. Well, if you know that, you shouldn't be on the road. You should pull off. If you don't feel comfortable driving, do the safe thing and make everybody else safer and pull off the road. When you think about hitting your hazard lights and driving down the road, you should pull off. Then you're a danger to others. If it's that bad out, don't drive. Or if you think it's that bad out. level in the weather, get off the road. It's no different than not driving in a blizzard. But whenever you hear anybody say but's always followed by bullshit. Remember that. It's like, whenever you're talking to somebody and they're saying, you know, I don't want to, but they're gonna anyway. Here comes the bullshit. When you're passing a truck, the safest thing to do as far as leaving enough space in between you and the truck that you're passing so you don't end up in a kill zone. In other words, you're so close to the truck there's no way he can stop in case of emergency. Don't pull over until you can see him in the mirror on your windshield. You can see the front end of that truck in the mirror on your windshield. You got work. You got miles and miles of interstate. There's no reason to come over right in front of you. And if you got somebody on your ass, that's their problem. You don't want to end up in the kill zone. You leave enough room when you pass after you pass the truck. Let the other guy ride in your bumper and worry about that shit.